Welcome to Guns and Gear Network, everyone. Appreciate you tuning in. Today we're going to take a look at the Core Essentials Battle Belt. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. So today we're going to take a look at the Core Essentials Battle Belt. And if you follow my channel, you know I've done tons of videos about the Core products already, and they are my favorite go-to EDC belt, hands down. That's about all I ever wear. Sometimes when I'm trying to match up something and the Core Essential belt I have may not be exact, I hate wearing a traditional belt. I really do. I put on one the other day because of what I was wearing, and I just hated it. So I've got enough variety now that I should be okay, but if you don't have one of the Core Essential belts, at least their EDC belt, you need to try it out. So the Battle Belt, what I'm going to do is I kind of got ahead of myself with the video a little bit, and the reason I say that is I wanted to kind of give some real-world testing, try it out, put things on it, how that system works and all that, and that video would have been real long, but I wanted to try it out and drawing from my holster, things like that. So I've already kind of sort of set up my Battle Belt. I'm going to do a separate video about this setup at a later date. But don't forget to check out our Amazon store. A lot of the things we review and suggest and recommend is in those in that section. Just click on that link, take you over to the Amazon store. A lot of things in there that's on this Battle Belt. Core belts are in there. A lot of different things. Also, be sure to check out the Big Daddy Unlimited link. They're like a buyer's club. You sign up, get a membership, and you get heavily discounted items. Matter of fact, I just got an announcement the other day that they've got 500 round bricks of Arms Core 22 ammo at a heavy discount. So be sure to go over there and check them out. It's 99 cents for your first month trial subscription. All right, so let's check out the Battle Belt. I want to thank Core Essentials for sending this over. Like always, they've supported the channel over the years, and it's greatly appreciated. So what I'm not going to do is an unboxing, sizing video. There's two videos I'm going to link to for your reference. Brian over at Survival on Purpose does a real good job sizing this belt on camera, and I will link to his video. Also, Core Essentials has a video about sizing, and I will link to that video also. It's going to come in this cardboard box. You're going to get a few different things. You're going to get the user manual that they include, tells you all you need to know. You get a measuring tape of how to cut it and so forth, and you also are going to get an Allen wrench and some screws and some extra screws. That locks in your buckle once you size it. So we will briefly discuss sizing. One thing I can't stress enough is you can always cut more. You cannot add it back once you cut it, and once you do cut them, I'm pretty sure that voids any warranty as far as sending it back. So if you cut it too short, you're just going to have to, that's too bad. So what I suggest on any of their belts is to get your measurement you think is correct and make it a little long. I'm talking 2 to 3 inches longer. So that's about 2 inches or so. And if you look, I cut the big portion first. Then I made 2 smaller cuts, making fine adjustments to my sizing preference. So just keep that in mind. Don't just get in there and start whacking stuff off that, you know, and cut it too short or something like that. Take your time and cut it correctly. And I also did that with the inner belt. So this system is an inner and outer belt system, and I had to do the same thing with this. So I cut it the length that I thought it was, and then I cut about, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch later. And I actually still have it a little big, but that's okay. So Core Essentials, one of the key components to Core Essentials, what makes them the belt and the company they are besides just the quality, is what they're famous for is their micro adjustments in their belts, using it like a track system. So with that said, I was a little, when they first came out with the Battle Belt, I said, how are they accomplishing the micro adjustments with a Velcro on Velcro Battle Belt? So once I got it in, I understood their system, and it's ingenious. I mean, it's great. So you have an inner belt, and this is nice thick nylon also. It's not overly rigid or anything, but it's perfectly rigid enough for its purposes. This goes in your belt loops first. And where the magic happens, as they say, you have about 4 inches of adjustment here that doesn't have Velcro, and it's real thin nylon material, perforated, that is flexible, just like that. So what happens is, and I'll demonstrate this here in a minute, is once you put this outer belt onto this inner belt, that 4-inch adjustment here is where the track system works, so I can start ratcheting it down and cover that much, about 4 inches of gap, to tighten up the belt. So why would you want a belt like this that adjusts? So a lot of people, some of the popular styles has been Cobra buckles, and I get it, it's kind of that high-speed operator kind of thing, but they have no adjustment essentially. You have to adjust them to your size, and that's it. The thing about battle belts and war belts is you have to have them pretty tight. If not, things get uncomfortable, it starts flopping around, and to really cinch things on your waist, it needs to be tight. Well, the Cobra buckle does that, but it is a problem with comfort later on. Any police officer will know this. Their belts have to be cinched down pretty tight to hold all that gear. You're talking 15 to 20 pounds of gear sometimes, depends on the loadout. And so over time that gets uncomfortable to your back and all kinds of things, circulation, whatever. And this is a great design to be able to loosen that just a little bit. Even if you're shooting, say, something like 3-gun and you're getting ready to go to the stage, you can lock this belt down tight, go shoot your stage, loosen it, and then be able to have some comfort level there. Same thing as a police officer, security officer, things like that, a government contractor that wears something like this. I also like that it's low profile. The big wide padded belts are fine. The problem with those I have is they're hot, especially in the summer. That thing is just hot around your waist. This right here kind of is kind of a low profile style, and I'll do like this. One thing I will mention is a lot of things that you see that winds up in law enforcement and military applications is it started a lot of times with competition shooters in 3-gun, stuff like that, IPSC or whatever, and a lot of those guys that shoot competition, they have this gear, and it eventually, and shooting styles and things like that, and it eventually starts bleeding over into law enforcement and military applications. And this concept with Velcro and Velcro inner outer belt has been around for 3-gun competitions for a long time. It's a proven system, okay? So let's take a look. Also on this inner belt, once you get this one trimmed, you trim from this end, not this end. They give you this nice little black tab to make it look nice and neat, and you don't have to worry about your nylon coming unraveled or anything like that. I did burn it before I stuck it on. This right here, even the construction of this is really nice. It's sewn 4 times on the outer edge and then twice in the middle here. So, all right, so the belt itself, and I'm going to go ahead and remove this knife. It kind of gets in the way of showing this buckle and all. All right, so here's the belt. The buckle itself, nice, kind of a powder-coated, flat black look, really nice looking. It's got the adjustment tab here. If you look, I've got about 4 inches of adjustment, just like that. And that's a lot of adjustment. So I could probably trim this just a little bit more. But let's demonstrate if this was on my waist, how this works. All right, so one thing you want to make sure of, that you don't have a lot of nylon that's over in this area here. So in other words, let me show you that. You don't want it like that. So I have very little adjustment at that point. You want to make sure the proper fit is this tab is at the end, and you have that complete amount of adjustment there. So let's take a look. My son's down here helping me, as always. Say hey, guys.
Hi, guys.
So we're going to put this on just like it would be on my waist. All right. So let's assume this is on my waist. And if you see here, see how that tightens up? Well, this is so thin, it just folds on itself just like that. Doesn't create any bulk or anything like that. And then once I loosen it up, it's simply, are you getting all this on camera?
Yeah.
All right. Just like that. Tighten again. See how it tightens? See all that adjustment there, guys? So that's how that works. So the belt itself is a really heavy duty nylon material with a core in the inside of it that makes it very nice and rigid. If you look there, there is the core. And I'm assuming you've got the Velcro itself, which is a layer, and then it's got like 2 or 3 layers of nylon along with that center core there that you see. Is that focused in right there? So there's that. And what you have is this nylon system here that is moly. So if you look, if you bend the belt this way, it'll open these up and make it a little easier to make your attachments of your items. So I'm going to do a separate video about this battle belt setup and all that. But if you look, I have a Safariland holster here, which is just slid onto the belt. Then I have a regular standard moly. That's a standard moly attachment. Then I have this kind of a hybrid moly attachment with the soft shell style mag holders, just like that. So it's very versatile. So let's talk price point a minute. Price point on this is about $139. And if you compare that, are there cheaper battle belts out there? Sure. There's the $40 ones from Amazon. The issue is when you start comparing quality, real good quality, name brand, real Cobra buckles, not the Chinese knockoffs, things like that, you're gonna get into this price point and even higher. I was on a website just kind of looking around at different price points on battle belts. Some of those battle belts are well over $200. And I can tell you, based on just this buckle system alone, I would much rather have this at that price point than the one that's $250. Because this right here, excellent quality, micro adjustments. It's just an all-around great belt system for a low profile battle belt style setup if you're looking and needing something like that to go take to the range. But anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. If you've got any experience with the Core Essentials battle belts and their other products, be sure to share that with us. I want to thank the folks over at Core Essentials, as always, for being supportive and sending us products to take a look at. But anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. If you got any questions, post those below. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. Bring another video shortly. Have a great day.